Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Capricorn for 2010. And this also applies if you have a Capricorn ascendant. So you Capricorns, this year the themes are work, for a change, money, relationships, and your self-development. So let me break it down into the various transits for you. For most of this year, Saturn is going to be in your 10th house. So lots of you, those of you that have been working assiduously, and boy Capricorns, you work very assiduously for the most part, many of you are going to be achieving a lot of career success. For those of you that are ambitious, there's a lot that can be achieved in this next 2 to 3 year period. For those of you who've been really building up your structures and your contacts in your networks, there's a lot of achievement and a lot of renown and even fame that can come to many of you this year. Now, you're going to be taking on more responsibility in your work area. Okay, yeah, Capricorns, nothing new, but you actually like that. And also, I think it's quite important that you find the balance between your work and your home life as well, because this is a time where you are going to be making your impression on the world. Really it is. It's quite an exciting time, and I think there's a lot of potential here for many Capricorns, especially as we've got Pluto in Capricorn as well. I'm going to come to that in a moment, because I just want to run through the fact that Saturn between around April and July goes into your 9th house. So some of you may find yourself travelling for business or for work, or making some kind of a trip that needs to be done. Also, some of you may find that you've had a book published, or written something, or may need to complete writing something. That 3-month period is a really important time to make sure that you complete it satisfactorily, because again, this will help you move forward in this career and to achieve the success in the world that many of you really want to achieve. So let me come back to Pluto. Pluto is in your 1st house. It's a long transit, but many of you are already experiencing these huge changes, particularly on the inner level, but on all levels in your life. And you're having to examine yourself deeper than you've ever done before. When this transit's over, you're going to be completely different. You are going to have died and been reborn again. You will have completely regenerated all areas of your life. So you are going to be changing very much your attitude towards material possessions, towards spirituality, towards ethics, morals. Everything about your life is changing, and it really has just begun, Capricorns. Your values are going to change. It's very important, because with Pluto in this 1st house, you very much want to have control over everything in your life. And it's very important that you don't get too attached to things. If you get too attached, you're going to find that they're taken away from you. Whereas if you can allow yourself to go a little bit more with the flow, and especially with things that you own, if you allow some of the things that maybe they just are past their sell-by date, and you allow them to go, then more new things can actually come in for you. You do need to be careful about managing money. Now, I know that's a strange thing to say to a Capricorn, but with Neptune in your 2nd house all year, this is a time where there could be some confusion and misunderstandings with money. So if you are tempted to get into any kind of a venture, make sure that you're really seeing it clearly. In fact, I would advise you to get some professional advice. Really try it, because you are probably not going to see this venture clearly enough. Don't get involved in anything that involves any debt, or anything that's going to put you under some financial pressure. You are going to see some kind of a project through rose-tinted glasses. Neptune in that house, however, means that even if finances do get tight for some of you, you have the faith and you know that things are going to work out. You are divinely protected and things are going to work out for you, especially with that transit of Neptune in the 2nd house. It's very much about letting go. It's very much about allowing things just to dissolve, and allowing whatever else needs to come into your life. That's the best way to deal with that Neptune transit, and not allow it to upset you and to feel as though you don't have the control that you normally have over your finances. Now, we've got Uranus and Jupiter in your 3rd house for much of the year. So this is a really great time, Capricorns, for learning something new. for expanding your knowledge, especially in the fields of science, technology, aviation, anything connected with, what else did I have down here? Metaphysics. You're going to find that your life, the tempo goes quicker. And Capricorns don't particularly like things going too fast for the most part, but you are going to find that things speed up. Your mind is speeding up. You've got a million thoughts going through your mind, but this is exciting. These thoughts are individual, they're new. Get writing. It's a great time for writing. It's also a great time for promoting yourself. If you've got anything you need to promote to get out there, to market, this is a great time because you're going to be very creative in the ways in which you can market yourself. You're going to come up with some really new ideas, unusual, perhaps a bit odd, but they're going to be individual and they will get you out there. So really listen to that intuitive voice that comes in because it's going to be really useful to you. And for those of you that want to learn, there's going to be tons of courses and tons of books and tons of things that you're going to want to get involved in. And I encourage you to do that. That's going to be enjoyable for you. Between around June to September, these two planets move to your 4th house. And many of you are going to feel like, oh, I want some expansion in my home area, or maybe I want it to change, or maybe I feel a bit restricted. And also somebody could just turn up on your doorstep and you might feel pleased about that, but also restricted by that. So many of you are going to want to buy a home during this time. I alert you to be a little aware of the fact of that Neptune in your 2nd house, that you don't get taken in by something. So don't get taken in. It's probably not the best time to be buying somewhere. It's probably the time to be just waiting and maybe making changes and renovations and getting rid of clutter. Capricorns, stop holding on to everything. Let go of a few things and make some space for some new, really beautiful things to come into your home area particularly. Well, we've got Mars retrograde in your 8th house for the first few months of the year. So again, check and recheck anything connected with finances. I'm seeing finances being quite important for you this year, Capricorn, especially as you're going to be achieving a lot and achieving many of your dreams. So make sure you're not going to impede those dreams happening by stretching yourself too thin financially and getting involved in something that maybe is not going to serve you for the longer term. So there you have it. I wish you a wonderful year. For those of you that would like to read these predictions, I'm going to be putting them up on my website shortly. And you may like to consider having a personal reading so you can see what the planets are going to be doing to you personally for this next year. I wish you a great year and I thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.